Mama na say ma PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo
Ogabi. And then this is here press conference. People kote. Ni nyina yisi. Yes, who here who say obi eko school na osua de duru baabi and you assume say nipa no nim de bi. Ogabi. Na baabi esa order na di no nipa no na sa nim de na di a bit frustrating. Because Electoral Commission as an institution ya man yosem ne ya batwo mu nsem nyina no eda na koma so a ne dwumadie ni se onhwe se pepepe ye ebedadi, and that is what Ghanaian bi owo Ghana ha bia no ehwe animu enti we commission and now we Electoral Commission and asa we worker ewo ho a usuban ne niam obeda na di bia no must ensure say ebe engender na inspire that trust and confidence in the ordinary people na omo from afar no. And that is what the kind of expectation na Ghana for epe. But over the years, so we kwanya je Mensah fast over Electoral Commissioner boss. Na circumstances are leading to arrival. Any other people are ebe kind of like Boss Manasare. Man phone him the track record at University of Ghana and then as a forum no. Already no. Now these doubts eleke around. Man for say these people are not genuine people or met me ab election are free fair. And Obia coming from that particular background, you know, you need to be very smart and intelligent to behave in a way. Sabi, a man for what doubt about Obia free bano kwan. The obey biano must engender and inspire that trust and confidence. Sabi, a man for Bediatum. But over the years, so we had the posturing, the belligerent posture of the Electoral Commissioner, the intemperate language of people like Boss Manasare, and certain demeanor ne Nyama Binwa or more than a dear. It doesn't look sabi. This is an institution as a neutral for the people of this country. The Omoye seek to suggest say they are there to protect a particular regime, and I think they are and I cover this mistrust in as for a year and Abba. And Nuntina Electoral Commission every way be as all ye be as a me a papa aman integrity among for Adiatumno here, but are they ready to do it? The answer is no. And I think I covered the bone of contention at the NIMS. Mugabe, over the years, nim circumstances in Nema go into the 2020 elections. Even event prior to the 2020 elections, the controversy in as for a buyer, election proper, a Supreme Court, and some of the infractions in the errors na ya record well at a scale they were unprecedented in the electoral history of this particular country. So such a person the expectation is that election or you'll be away integrity na say ya dream da ho say ya wa adwem fans here for the people of this country. And I was expecting say nka 2020 election end ya na nka say nka ma me ni dwumadi to ho but one fan to ho ogusu na oye. But Subina order Baku Kura who asesa the same thing. Across belligerent posture, because we are mayor who can't dang and one a mayor. But you see, commission, you need to incorporate ideas idea from other stakeholders because it's a processor. There are other critical key stakeholders. Electoral process. You can't take an electoral decision and seek to impose those decisions on the people. You need to get them. The Ekosunu, but the Omoye doesn't seem said. Yeah, man for by involved process, now man for become my dream. Yeah, ba. I question headmaster student relationship about no abakanto umpo as a so. And I think that
Kwasi Pratt said simple addition to a whole year cannot do it. Yes, I can't understand this.
Yes,
Kwasi Pratt.
Yes,
what's a simple addition to a whole year cannot do it.
Yes,
it's a big question mark.
Yes,
and I say I can't understand this.
Yes,
big exclamation.
These are basic infractions. So at a scale, you will not expect the Electoral Commission by serious. That's what I'm saying. Sir, you see, integrity in as for say ya pay man no anyhow because apart from Boss Manasare be free by Akuffo Addo asan niam bebre a obeti China on Electoral Commission here, you can't blame the person because her cry of fast okofa papa we didn't be can appear hene a obi anim ne ba bi free ba Mugabe so wunyo obi a wo yo mamboyefo na wo ye obi a wabo timpo so obesaya omanya na wo yo obi a sabi wanim da ho na adwen papa wo tima na wadwen mu da ho as a panyina wo dwen a I am not sure, sir, you will involve a party person in the Electoral Commission when you know, sir, the whole process, the Electoral Commission is acting as a referee. as a reference, neutrality is key. The independence is key. So you don't do anything that seek to rob that neutrality. But President Akuffo Addo, when you know, say he did this particular thing without realizing, without a remorse, and the other side of it, as some no koto.
We mo to president for
at some no koto, Hana made by Assam no koto, a Council of State in Sabno. These are, and my catcher said that is the most useless institution. We need to destroy. You see, yet to Sadiano scrap of Nyansa, we are just wasting state resources. Now, no, never could have says is that Pasicano, your first Sika will be the more you have no right to complain. And I say, overcome a bit of physical. This is a real to Oman for. So you can imagine. Yes, these are people who are advising the president. So you can understand why we are in this mess, because President Lankasa Adweno Sabi and these are a bunch of people who are also giving him that kind of defense supporter. At the end of the anti-electoral commission, no.
Mama Bapa wa no appointed a year. I say don't get here and say Ibrahim Hama.
Yes, some now Mokai no. The defense Council of State say they should focus on the qualifications of the person and not his identity. That is absolute rubbish. Because this is an institution who making sure say sabi or mine nyama yebe bia na befa kwamu sabi ya enkoje ene because Mugabe with him baby ayewe Africa has say I keep telling people say electoral violence and electoral misunderstanding are turning a lot of African countries into a graveyard. Man for obeti say Al-Shabaab, obeti say terrorist group which they were once peaceful like Menawo. And a journalists, a doctors, a nurses, but today or Timuram Kureto so a rebel, adentia, because system that is why they have constituted themselves into that particular group. Fighting the government in a guerrilla fashion, and we don't want to get there. And we are panini, we are Council of State. Some of these things, who say a unity, the doubt or the credibility of the Electoral Commission is just as a from you need to rise to the occasion to serve it. I was very surprised when the Kosi Ewo Ejirana no Amoto Abayi, a sitting member of parliament and a deputy minister, go to the grounds at the envelope come out be as Nyansa Basia Kaka when say, oh, na a gift. A gift. You see, sometimes we need to be open up school now. No, baso. Now who say sometimes it's not just about law, because some of these processes, thrive on certain actors and certain morality. Because I will call election grounds, a bright electoral commission or a neutral person. Election as I will command or a gift that. Then it becomes an established convention going into 2024 elections. Mugabe, Okotwa betimi di nantwie akọ. Okwa also dey my electoral commission. Wo dey your gift. Obi nso kwa no dey akokoko. Obi nso kwa no dey dabo ko. Ebiesi pen enti se saa dem na ye baba ya. You can imagine the state of your friend saying electoral area how they be. So some of these things, you don't open up, you close it. Say be among for any doubt, but from day one. Electoral Commission na man force say you or China man force say you and Bossman Asare the Mensah and Asefonum when they come out responding to some of these things, to even speak you need to speak in a sensible fashion. Sir, I then win him you become aggressive. Because my catch is a uko school. A teacher for us teacher ni wait your bon krano. They have certain weakness that is inherent within them. So obiem up now kraban in China. There are certain things we be question. So naturally they build that kind of way, to ward people away. A psychological way. When you study, you understand. So the aggressive approach now, he knows to say, I don't know, so you have to be very aggressive. Now I build the war. And as some as you didn't answer, no why than talk. Some talk it's easy for Obia to fight. That is the kind of posture they are putting out there. Oh, exactly. Because some people are and young talk. Yes, DVDs are NDC as a political party, I will every right to question about the DVDs. Baby Akwakodi, na kwa ebe faswa may affect the elections. NDC could be wrong, but you as a commission, you have every right to explain the thing. Exactly. Sabi about the stele. Away from the mind. Sabaya Obia Bimu Abayel Pepe. What people don't get in say electoral commission is not a matter of the election day, what have presented results. Kakase thinking that the election is free and fair. No. Election being free and fair, also include stakeholders, accepting the results. Because election na wo ye no je Mensah onya election e ma na maami o e na onya ma na papa e na onya ma na busuafo or ye for the people of this country. So the outcome no must equally be accepted by majority of the people in the country. Sa acceptance na mama e na kofa ntokwa ne mente me ho ase de ba no enti wo ye bibia you need to work within a certain context, a certain perimeters asabi. You will not injure your credibility. Now, one cast doubt on the minds of stakeholders, you know. Sabaya elections na ekoso obia benya pepe say yes, Electoral Commission during the registration process. Political parties were asking, say, registration now in the district offices, and at the end of the day, you end up disenfranchising people and open up at the various way. The Electoral Commission, ideally, no, the Electoral Commission should rather be fighting, say, Yamfanko. Electoral area, not political parties, and you close it up. But this particular case, it was the other way around. So to me, I think that the omu is to further a particular agenda. But Mugabe, you must be very stupid. I'm repeating it. You must be very stupid to think, say, you can skew or bend the sovereign will of the people of this country going into 2024 elections. It will never happen. Say, Obi, say, I'm going to skew or bend and as election, it will never happen. Why? Because Mugabe, the stakes are very high going into 2024 elections. The stakes are very high because now make Ghana there are a lot of Ghanaians who are willing to die than say about say I'm Akuffo Addo we election because businesses, for businesses are folding up. There are people who move away from this country. They have sold their properties. They have sold everything. They've traveled out because economy and support what they be. And and you think people will sit down, fold their arms, and watch you Akuffo Addo incumbents indeed. Just abuse it will never happen. So I think that they should revise their nose and think twice because Ghana for Dino Biato or they are hoping say election time no be drew na Ghana for about na the people will be held accountable and responsible for their stewardship. That is exactly what is going to happen. But for them to sit somewhere and think that they can bulldoze their way or maneuver or manipulate the elections and get away, that is never going to happen.
Very well.
PENDREAM TV now so far so good. Say open online portal Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.